Yes. Who wants to start? I wish we have this silence within also. We have to break the ice, break the silence. Who wishes to start?
What are we supposed to do, Krishnaji?
What is your understanding of inner silence?
Can I
Let
start?
me start. Krishnaji, namaste.
Yeah.
I'm Mohan. So, just for the sake of understanding of others, so Antar Mouna, my understanding, my perspective, essentially is that state where it brings so much of happiness, but with no expectations, zero expectations. There is nothing. Nothing more and no expectations from anything. It's basically inner silence and inner happiness at all points of time, which is my thought. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Someone else started, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
So my understanding is that it is just observing inner silence and seeing what wisdom and intelligence comes out from your core self. So like you just have to maybe pose a question and then just leave it at that, and then let's see what's coming up from within.
Okay. Who would like to go after Dr. Kalpa?
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Yes, Suhasini. Oh, okay. Dr. Simi, Suhasini, one of you.
Okay, so actually, honestly speaking, I am so blank about this topic. And I chose not to read about it. Means I saw in the community this is there. I came out of curiosity. And I don't know what it is. So I've come with totally a blank slate today. Absolutely blank state.
Okay. Suhasini?
Not my understanding. I don't think I can understand silence, but it's just awareness for me. Just being in the moment, wherein I'm just the moment. I don't know how to explain it. I can't put it in words, but it's just plain awareness.
Okay. Great. Dr. Tanushri, you have unmuted. Would you like to share?
Yeah, can I?
Yes, yes.
I think inner silence, where you are in a state of so much of peace that you can reflect the outer world, the thoughts of outer world, without causing any turbulence to your own set of mind.
Venkatesh here.
Yeah.
So for me, my understanding about inner silence or Antar Mouna is basically the mind is so complex that it constantly, there is something or the other going on in the mind, and there is a rush of so many thoughts all the time. Most of it influenced by the outside world, whatever is happening outside. So our mind is constantly busy thinking about those things and reacting to those things, and we never silence our mind. Therefore, we don't silence those thoughts and listen to our inner voice. So probably something around that is what is Antar Mouna.
Anyone else? Okay. So how many of you are familiar with the system of yoga or yoga as a system. Okay. Good. And very good. So this process is learned to develop one limb of yoga, which is called Pratyahara. So yoga, like our human body, has 8 limbs. The first 2 limbs are the code of conduct, what we call as a social code and the personal code. Then the third, world over, yoga is equated to asana. So the third limb is asana. And the fourth limb is pranayama. And the fifth limb is pratyahara. This particular process is practiced to realize pratyahara. Then it may take us to the next limb, which is dharana, which in English you can interpret it as concentration. And that concentration takes us to dhyana, which is meditation. When a person is consistent in their dhyana, they may experience samadhi, which is they may transcend the limitations which they have posed on themselves. Is it okay? So this is the set, 8 limbs. In this, the most difficult for us is to withdraw. Because by nature, we want to know everything. That is our nature. Suppose after this session, I tell, okay, so Venkatesh, you are asking about that particular thing. After the session, for a couple of minutes, let's meet and talk about it. And I say it right now. Many will be hesitating even to log out at 8 o'clock. Because we actually want to know what is going to transpire. It is human nature that you need to know. That is because the ultimate reality has 3 attributes, though it is attributeless, for us to understand. They have given 3 attributes. So, together we are familiar with the word Sat, Chit and Ananda, right? Sat, Chit, Ananda. That Sat means pure existence. This we feel is meant for the body. That is why none of us want to die. We want to be there forever. Though we have attended a death and we have come back, someone near and dear dies. But we generally feel we are going to live forever. Or we wish to live forever. One of this will happen. The reason is that is a distorted reflection of the ultimate reality that it is pure existence. The second is Chit, which is consciousness or knowledge based. This is why we want to know everything, because that is pure knowledge also. Whatever we need is available there. Correct? So it is all knowing. It is like a huge CCTV camera above the world. It's all knowing. So we also feel that we need to know everything, whether we need or we don't need. That's you can even have a bachelor's degree on gossip, actually, you know. That much many of us are interested to know and talk, share information. If there is no that secret gossip, sometimes we feel the day is not full. The reason is knowing. We cannot be separated from knowing. And this is precisely the reason how when they are producing TV soaps and serials, no? At a very interesting point, they will stop on a Friday or Saturday. The social media will be completely discussing about what's going to happen. And they themselves will give ideas to the writer to extend the serial from 100 weeks to 500 weeks. The reason is everyone wants to know what next. What I should be in the know of everything. This is one more reason of we are unable to let go of power. Okay. So this aspect is a distorted version of pure knowledge. Like we say, sadness is nothing but distorted happiness. Cold is nothing but absence of heat. Death is nothing but absence of life. Okay. Because absence of knowledge puts us off. We don't want to be ignorant. So that is why we want to know. And the third aspect is called Ananda, which is pure bliss. This is precisely the reason none of us here wish to be sad. We can't stand sadness. Why? That is not our nature. The true nature itself is we are constantly in bliss. When that is distorted, then you get stress, you feel annoyed, you feel irritated because you want to get back to that state. Because it is difficult and it's abstract, you try to get back to that state by doing shopping in Amazon, going and having food, buy some clothes, go on a trip, buy whatever new gadgets come. This way you are trying to experience that whole happiness in some moments that gives you a high. Okay, so this background we should have. This background we can understand is from Vedanta, which says these are the qualities or attributes if you wish to derive about the ultimate reality. Okay, now silence is the original nature. So when you see an ocean or sea, the waves are only near the shore. The major aspect of the sea is like a lake. Correct? Like that, the original majority of our time, slowly we will realize we don't need that much money, name, fame, or anything. You actually need some calmness and happiness and silence that comes with experience and realization. Okay. Now, once someone asked my teacher, can we take up to studies like this after retirement? We are in active corporate life. We are very busy business people. I don't have time for all these things. He said, if you want to be happy after retirement, you can do that. But if you want to be happy here and now, if you want to be content with being ignorant, if you want to be content with the knowledge that nothing is permanent in the physical plane, then you need to start now. Because when you get old, your body and mind will be busy tackling the problems, diseases with old age. At that time, you will not find the time to anchor yourself with the truth. So this is in the nutshell, why we should do the inner journey in line with what is our pursuit in the outer life, so that there will be more clarity in why we pursue, what we pursue, and how we pursue. Okay. For that, the launch pad is Pratyahara, that is withdrawal. So once in a while, what we do, you do work and you say, now I don't want to see computer, I don't want to take a call, I'll just shut down and be there for 10 minutes. So that is actually a withdrawal. Now, you may have many things to do at 7 o'clock, between 7 to 8. You have withdrawn from all that and you are here. That is withdrawal. In your home, there are multiple rooms, but you have withdrawn from all those rooms and you are there in a place where you feel you are at peace, or you can have uninterrupted connection, or you are comfortable. So you withdrew from everything. You're understanding? If we start applying only these principles to yoga mat, then it is a theoretical academic approach. Every concept in the tradition doesn't see spiritual or material. It is a concept to be applied in life. In life, work is an aspect. That's it. That mindset should be very clear. Okay, that is the background. Now, why I was asking everyone to come on screen? Some people genuinely can't do because they may have technical issues, or 80% of knowledge we acquire by sight, seeing, reading. You want to see, today people say from static content it has moved to video, but again you are seeing. So it is the sight through which generally we grasp many things without being said, without being reading something. That is the world. That is the sense which takes us outside. Okay. So the 5 senses, the way we learn to manage, forms the first level of inner silence. Why so? These 5 senses are the source of input for the mind. So what we tell our child when they do for exam, you make them withdraw from ice cream, chocolate, going out and having food, correct? Going for a picnic, everything. The child is withdrawn from all distractions. If you think what is that distraction, is nothing but a sensory input. So in level 1, what we try to do is try to develop the ability to withdraw from those distractions by being aware of those distractions. That is the point I wish all of you note. Yes, Suhasini?
Sorry to come in between. I thought there is one more level 0. You had mentioned to keep you on gallery mode. The gallery mode was very distracting. When I keep you on the speaker mode, it is withdrawing from all the other faces and just focusing on you. I think that is working much more better.
That's personal choice. You can. Absolutely. That is what we are going to do by closing the eyes. No, we are closing from the world. Okay, we are closing from everything. That is precisely what we will be doing during the session also in a few minutes from now. So what we will actually do is, when you sit and think, you feel it is those sensory pulls which initially appearing to be enticing you end up distracting you. A beautiful dress you saw in an advertisement or when you went for window shopping distracts you till you are having dinner, the night, next day conversation. In the dream, you see some of your friends wearing that and you are not having. It can go anywhere. Just one dress you saw for a couple of minutes would have taken your time for hours together. This is the reason why ancients said periodically withdraw every day, so that you can recuperate from the sensory push and pulls. Okay. So what we are going to do, using the same senses, we need to learn how to transcend the senses. Why? Life is not led in calm and peaceful ashrams. Life is led in like a battlefield. That is why Bhagavad Gita happened in the battlefield. That is why it is applicable to day-to-day life. This is why when people go for vacation and come back, same issues are there. You want to go for a retreat and come back, same issues are there. Because physically you went there and came back, your mind remains the same. This is exactly what Arjuna tells, I don't want to fight the war, take me to Rishikesh. You can go to Rishikesh, but your mind is also coming with you, right? So the work has to be done in the mind so that the body is happy wherever it is. So what is the objective of practicing Antar Mouna? In 6 levels, the first level is learning to live with the sensory pulls and pushes. Okay, learning to be there. So how can we practically understand that now as we are in the session, some of you may be in a place where you are hearing traffic. Any of you? Any of you hearing traffic? Venkatesh is hearing traffic. JC, Dr. Tanushri, you are hearing? Vivek is, all of us are hearing traffic, correct? But if you allow the traffic to overpower your mood, that is what generally we do, it is going to be never ending. So what we have to first say to the mind, this sense which is sound from the traffic is continually going to be there in my life. First, you are accepting the distractions, then only you can overcome the distractions. You cannot deny the distractions. When you go to a vacation, when you go to a ashram, when you go to a retreat, you are denying that reality. When you learn from wherever you are, you learn to transcend that which is reality for you, which is disturbing us. Because wherever you go to the vacation, you have to come back to the same home. So what you can do is, you can list down the sounds which are distracting you, the tastes which are distracting you. When I say distraction, that which is you want to avoid also is a distraction. That which you long for also is a distraction. Please remember, because both can create a lot of thoughts in the mind. The simple way, you all know 5 senses are there. You have to ask yourself, can I do away with this noise of traffic? No. Can we do away with the sound of the, say, a peacock or a lizard which you are hearing and telling them, I am in an important meeting, can you go and make sound elsewhere? They may probably say, if they can talk, boss, you are in my place. You are a guest. We are permanent here. You're understanding? So many of the time, the triggers which break our silence are probably outside of us. The remote control of our mind, we are handing over to something outside of us. And we cannot change the outside. Why? By nature, the world is going to change. Whenever there is a change, it presupposes movement. Whenever there is a movement, there is going to be noise or sound. So this is inseparable reality. So what we do, we quietly observe the sounds, like how a traffic policeman is there. That is his job. Apart from the sound, harsh climatic conditions, traffic, the pollution, he or she, they are on the line of duty. They have no option but to transcend and become immune to those very sounds. So similarly, what we need to do is we need to start becoming immune to those sounds by being aware of those sounds. That is the beauty. It appears like a paradox. So first, when you become aware of those sounds, you will become more sensitive. And after that time, you will get used to it. So someone asked us, Swamiji, no? If I become spiritual, will my problems be solved? So Swamiji said, no, you will get used to the problems. So this is the state. The more you avoid a sense, the more it will chase you. The more you stand there, it's like a dog, right? When a dog is chasing when you're bicycling, you just stand there, not stare at the dog so that you threaten the dog. You just stand there quiet. If you start pedaling or riding the two-wheeler, it will come ferociously behind you. But when you are there, just there, moment it sees you are not a threat, unless it's not a mad dog, a normal dog will go off. This is exactly how the senses work with us. Unless someone needs a therapy intervention, that means their state of mind is mad. I think a vast majority have self-imposed therapy needs. We don't have any needs. We are swimming in abundance. That is creating problem for us. There is actually no need for us. We need to work very hard. Then we will not have many problems. The sedentary life and access to abundance is creating a lot of problems. Okay. So you need to just be there as a witness, like how a traffic police person is there, like how the judge sits and observes both the parties sharing their arguments. Like when, suppose you have to mediate between two of your children without taking sides, how you are there, without showing any emotion on the face. Deep within you may know someone is right, someone is not right. Or someone is right, the other one may not have understood because of age. So many permutation combinations go in you as a parent or a sibling, right? Sometimes. So what we do to solve a problem, you are there as a witness, appearing to be neutral. Inside, so many things will happen. But you have to practice that so that things come to a state. Okay, this is. And why Swami Satyananda titled it as inner silence? Because the mind which is constantly chattering, you are asking the mind to be aware of something outside. Okay, be aware of the sounds. We are going to do that now. So in those little moments, what happens? You will start experiencing that quietness within. And slowly you will want to enhance that quality and the duration of that silence. And gradually you will understand certain sounds are there going to be with us throughout life. If you are visualizing the sounds from your spouse, true. If you are visualizing constantly well-meaning parents, but they don't know the intensity of constantly talking with us and trying to guide us, true. We have to face that reality. Leaving anyone is not reality. Living and evolving together is reality. Because when you leave without solving a problem, that problem will again come to you through another entity or a situation. It is like college arrears. Till you clear the paper, you have to keep repeating the paper. Different professors will set the papers, different questions will be asked, but the subject is the same. Suppose if I fail in thermodynamics paper, I'll have to write exam for thermodynamics paper only. I can't write a paper for statistics and escape in life. The teachers who set the question will be different. My exam hall will be different. My exam number will be different, but the subject is going to be the same. So first we should stop running away from these things and say, God, give me the energy and ability to just be there. Correct? So practice should always be accompanied by prayers. Practice alone, if you do, it is very dry. The practice and prayers bring humility and results in whatever you practice. Okay? So what is the concept what Swami Satyananda said? A person can discover so many things if they get islands of silence and peace within. It is difficult to have continuously that state. So how to create that state of mind is to first take the mind through what is trampling the mind, which is the sense inputs. So that is the first step of doing it. Is it okay? So what we will do is, as all sessions we do from Srimat and Indic Foundation, every session will have a practice embedded to it. Okay. So we will do a short practice of, I'll give you a glimpse of the level 1. If you keep practicing this, that's great. Okay. So please be seated comfortably. If you wish, you can remove your specs. Some of you who are seated on a chair, try to place the soles of your feet on the ground, preferably on a carpet, mat, or it's absolutely okay if you are wearing home footwear. Okay. And let us all try and keep our spine straight without straining the shoulders and the back. You don't need to be regimentally sitting like an army officer. Okay, relaxed way you can sit, opening out your chest. And if you are aware of any mudra, you can adopt, or you can open your palms to the roof and place them on your thighs. And as much as possible, throughout the practice, let us try and maintain a gentle smile. So let us take 3 to 4 deep breaths without making noise. Once you have done that, with a steady posture and smiling face, become aware of the various sounds around you. It could be man-made sounds, sounds of nature, sounds from your gadgets, whatever it is. With a smiling face, just be aware of the various sounds around you. By nature, the mind would try to do something else. It may take you on a walk through the memory lane. It may remind you of things to do after this session. Anything. It's capable of doing anything. Absolutely okay. Continue to retain the smile and keep getting your mind back to the sounds around you. This is a great training to develop the attitude of a witness. Whenever the mind goes out, remind it that right now it is asked to be aware of the sounds. Do it gently with a lot of kindness and with a smiling face. The only work we have is to keep the mind on the sounds. The posture continues to be steady. The smile continues to be intact. Now rub your palms vigorously to generate some heat. Gently place them on your eyelids. A few blinks, you can open your eyes. So, what can be done is every day you could practice this whenever you feel that you need to have that sense of grounding and something is leading you instead of you leading your life. And whenever you are going to take a decision based on your sense pulls, you're all grown up enough to understand. Whenever you clearly know your sense is trying to lead you into a decision, you could pause for at least 2 to 4 minutes. And we all can do that because you're going to take a decision. It could be as simple as your second cup of coffee in a day. And you remember doctor said 1 mug is good enough. And whenever you become aware that my decision making is being led by a sense, one of the 5 senses, it could be smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. You can extend this to relationships if you understand the sense of touch properly. You will have right relationships. When you extend this to perfect your understanding of sound, you will start speaking and hearing right types of sounds, including the right types of material. The quality and the nature of your books, the conversation will change because you are happy to add value and be a creator. And when this, you extend it and refine it in your sense of taste, you will see naturally health becoming better without any diet plan. It becomes better. And your conversation quality will improve because though someone is annoying, you will gradually be trained to notice the message. You will not notice the gender. You will not notice how they look. Sometimes how close they are in your life. Even that doesn't matter because that blurs the vision. You are only with the sound. This is the first step towards developing objectivity in life. It is a small practice. So my personal recommendation is 6 minutes a day. Many of you here, I'm aware, you will do journaling. You will do many things very right. Keep this as part of your life. It's a self-audit. Okay? See, before every important decision, you are going through this exercise for your sake and your near and dear ones' sake. Okay? This is the practical output. Second, you would see the quality increasing everywhere. Third, initially you will become very sensitive to the sounds and it will plateau down and will become immune to it by regular practice. When that happens, you will no longer be distracted. Your distractions will come down. It will help you to have better quality of professional life and personal life. Even if someone is shouting, you will understand, you'll stay back. You will know which fight to pick up and how to douse a fight. As I say, I know what Lydia is thinking, and I'm thinking after the session, what's going to happen, I don't know. I'm a family man, right? So I'm very wary of making such statements because I generally am tested after these things. So I'll try to do all that stuff. So the quality of everything will improve. Your calibration quality, your decision-making quality, your objectivity, by mere practice of Antar Mouna level 1, day in and day out, it is as efficacious as your mantra practice. Because many of us rush into meditation and mantra practices without proper preparation. We do it as a rote or a routine. We are not sufficiently prepared. It is like many of us know when you cook on a high flame, there is no taste. Many of our meditations and conversations are like that. On the go, we do. On the go, there is nothing. Nutrition is not there, taste is not there. Some food will be there. So our conversation, replace the food with conversation. Like you are getting it, no? Instead of boiling, you will start brewing. So this is with Antar Mouna, level 1, a glimpse. Okay. And if you are a person who have reasonably understood yourself, that you are prone to emotional triggers from outside, quietly practice this multiple times a day. Remember, we only are our saviors. Nobody can do that for us. Like how we only have to take our food for our hunger. External help is only limited. It can indicate what can be done, but we need to do to be in that state. Being is because when you know, you do, and you establish yourself in that being. Okay, so I hope all of you remembered the practice. You just sit quiet, and the smile is not only for you to be in the present moment, okay? Be considerate to people at home. If they are walking past, they should not feel afraid. If you have a very straight, strict face, which I tell our Srimad alumni, my teacher says, did you drink an ounce of castor oil before your spiritual session? Because people are floating the idea, if you're spiritual, you have to be straight and all that stuff. Psychologically disturbed people only will be like that. People should be happy to see you and you should be happy to see them. No, that's the spirit. Correct? So what we need to do, this smiling face will help us to keep the mind in the present moment. It will also assure someone that you are doing some inner work happily. They will not be worried on seeing you. Why I am telling you, we are all coming from a country which is steeped in religion. And the question we generally have in mind is, my father did 25 years of practice. I'm seeing every day. My grandfather did 50 years of practice. Every day morning they do a ritual, puja, japa, homa, everything. But they continue to be like boilers. Why there is calmness? That calmness is missing. So a lot number of youngsters have moved away from understanding this reality because they feel they also will become like that. The reason is, without settling within, if you practice anything, that will still unsettle you. First, you should settle yourself. No? Then you should do a practice. And the doing the practice is not for anybody outside, for us to go deeper and become calm. That is how you use religion to enter the realms of spirituality. You use rituals as a mean to grow beyond rituals. When that component is missing, it is like academically you mastering a subject is how our people have become now. You need to experientially master it, no? That is very important. For that, starting point is your smile. So a question would come to you. You will smilingly say, right now I am practicing this session. I will attend to you. Don't blunt that question. When you do this frequently, your mind will know, okay, 6 minutes fellow, let me leave this fellow. Another 23 hours and 54 minutes, he is with she is with me only. So the mind will also understand you much better. You wear whatever rings you want, whichever coach you go, whichever therapist you go, you need to live your life. Correct? So this practice gives us emotion culture. Antar Mouna level 1 leads to emotion culture. Like agriculture, you need to do it periodically, consistently, every day. Like how a farmer tends to the field, you need to tend to your emotions every day. Don't give it to anybody else. Don't do it to anybody else. Is it okay? This is the level 1 aspect of it. Any observations? After that, I'll outline the level 2. Any observations? Yeah, Suhasini?
It was actually a testing ground for me, because literally every word that you said, I was experiencing it. The moment you said you get triggered by certain emotions, I get triggered by conflicts. And while I was actually practicing this, there was a heated argument which was going on in my house. The words which were coming onto my ears, and it was like the battlefield where I'm trying to keep Antar Mouna, but at the same time trying not to get affected by the words which are being said. So the first 2 minutes was a failure, frankly. I just couldn't do it because my mind was going a lot on as to what was the discussion being said out there. But something happened in the third minute that I think what happened was I took them as sounds. I didn't give them meanings. So that helped me gain back control on the awareness to be a witness. So that was something, withdrawing from giving that incident or anything the meaning, the associated meaning. I think that helped me. But yeah, the moment you said triggered, I was like, that was something that was going on in my mind. Yeah, thank you.
See, our policy in the tradition is you should do less things deeper and frequently. You should not have a basket of skills. Jack of all trade doesn't help. You pick up a line, you go deep. One process, because once I had a discussion with my teacher, why some people are given a particular process, why some people are not given. He said it is not about giving. Only one process which is given, if you go, you will reach the source. You don't worry about what it is being given to others. So you pick up, okay, I will do this 6 minutes every day. You do this 6 minutes every day as if you are brushing your teeth every day. You pick up one pranayama practice, do it every day. Why I am saying pranayama specifically? The prana controls the emotions. When you are angry, breathing becomes shallow. When you are calm, breathing becomes deep. So how to manage this emotion culture? So you have to have a pranayama practice, very simple pranayama practice. All of you know, pick up one or speak with your yoga teacher, pick up one, just do this 10 rounds, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So certain things cannot be resolved by thinking, because you cannot resolve a problem from the same level in which it's occurring. All of us know that. So prana, what it will do, it will help you to go deep and give you a platform to look at the same thing objectively. So one is senses. The senses are going to increase and decrease the emotional wave in the mind. The alternate thing is not alternate. The backing up with that process is learn one pranayama technique and be faithful to that. One, the power of one. Everything you do only one. One mantra, one pranayama, one process is more than enough. And don't be desperate to get into meditation, because meditation is like the end product. When you cook, you have to focus on the process and keep it cool and proper. Don't need to hurry. Whole life and lives are there. So this is about Antar Mouna level 1. When you are being aware of the sounds around, some islands of peace and calmness and silence is created within. In that silence, certain things will be revealed to you, which is personal to you. Because the situations are not going to change, your ability to respond is going to change. From reaction, we will move to response. Without trying to correct the situation, you will elevate your ability to respond to that situation. And primarily, it is the sense and our connections with the outer world is preventing that objectivity and that neutrality and our ability to be witness in taking right decisions. So what you can do before taking any important decision in your life, it could be a purchase in Amazon also. 3 minutes take. That guy is going to deliver you, whether you are ordering at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, tomorrow morning they are going to deliver you. They are waiting to deliver. Though it is called goods, every time it's not good, okay? So wait for that 3 minutes to 6 minutes. Take a decision, because we spend whole life earning that small money. It takes seconds to knock it off. Before getting into an argument or a meeting, every meeting, remember, is going to make or break someone's thought process, career, or whatever they are thinking. Ground yourself, couple of minutes at least, then get in. So when you do this at every, like a comma in your life, the comma is nothing but a spiritual process. It could be grounding, it could be inner silence, it could be mantra, it could be pranayama. You will see life as a continuum beautifully. There is no break. Even that break you will see as a resting place. That's it. So this is about Antar Mouna level 1. Any observations other than Suhasini has expressed herself?
Yeah, I think I like to speak. I came to this session with great turmoil. Unfortunately, I was in an argument before I came, a bad argument, which is rarity for me because I am a person with a lot of patience. And now I think maybe it was an eye opener for me because I usually think a lot, before speaking, but I don't know, whatever it happened. So as I was doing this session and the calmness came, I even felt that how stupid I was to have argued, and why did I even spend my energy into it? Had this session happened an hour earlier, probably it would have come as a wake-up call. But nevertheless, this practice is so beautiful. I see the utility in day-to-day life in every moment. And that smile that you spoke of, the only image that comes to my mind, suddenly it has come to my realization why Lord Krishna is always smiling. That smile doesn't leave his face. So I used to always wonder what makes him smile, but probably this is the reason that he must be smiling all the time.
Krishnaji, many a times in the past also, for me, the awareness has been there. Like knowledge is there. I know about something, I'm aware. But when the trigger is there, to apply what I have learned becomes a challenge at times. At that particular moment, I give in to the trigger. I forget all what I had learned and all the awareness and the knowledge that I had gained and succumb to the trigger. Then, after I sit back and then realize what had happened, then I kind of tell myself saying, oh, I should have applied this particular thing. I should not have reacted in this way and stuff like that. That has always been a challenge, that when the trigger is there, I'm not able to apply these skills.
It comes by practice. Like When something happened, then we can analyze. But before something is happening, you need to prepare only. Because how it's going to pan out, we don't know. So when you are consciously grounding in pranayama, this mindfulness activity, over a period of time, like even a nail, to bang it on the wall, in first time it doesn't go in. First you need to drill, then put a wooden piece, then nail it, screw it. It takes time, that component of time. See, one day we have a great practice session. We think that's going to linger on forever. It's like we had a great meal. We will get hungry after some time. Like that, you had a great practice session. You need to do every time, every day, like you're brushing the teeth. You keep doing. The capacity is going to be built. So remember what Sun Tzu said in The Art of War. The time of peace, prepare for war. In the time of war, prepare for peace. That's what exactly Suhasini and Dr. Simi did today. It is like a mini war zone. They prepared themselves how to get into that state of peace. So when we are in peace, we prepare by doing the processes. So any war is waged by senses or people or situation, we are better equipped to deal. It is not a promise that we will deal. The probability of us dealing it better will increase. Because the promise cannot be given. Reason, we don't know the karma matrix of where we live, the people who are getting us into the problem. Okay, so the trigger, for example, X tells you you are good for nothing. You brush it off. But Y says you are good. You assume they are going to tell good for nothing and you take off. Just listen carefully. X is telling you you are good for nothing. You say it's okay. He keeps telling that. But Y may be about to praise you. You are good. You think they are going to end for nothing and you take off. That's called reaction. Message is the same. The trigger, we give value to the trigger. So instead of giving value to the trigger, we give value to the message when you practice this. You can try it out. But remember, every day, Dirghakala Nairantara. And remember one thing. One thing you have to do. That's it. Keep on doing that. Anyway, we are frequently in touch. We can exchange notes later. Any of you? See, when I started, I honestly wanted to share about both. Then a thought came, instead of doing surface level of both, one, we can go deep. It just occurred like that. My first thought was introduce both. Then I withdrew from that thought and said, let us introduce a practice for one. No point in again dumping knowledge. It will become a burden and we will start feeling guilty because we are not able to put that knowledge to practice. Is it okay? I'm happy with silence, but if any of you want to share, it's okay. Then otherwise we can end the session.
Can I
Yeah,
share?
doctor. Yeah, doctor.
So currently in my life, there's a lot of turmoil that is going on because just 2 weeks back, I just felt like my entire world has come crashing down with too many things, like problems in multiple areas. And I was so disturbed with the whole thing. And this session, not just the practice of Antar Mouna, but everything that you said in today's session gave me so much of grounding, and I felt so soothed. Like, I don't even know how it happened. It was equivalent to many therapy sessions for me, including the things you spoke about, like many lives and how the same, the karmic thing will keep repeating and all that. Initially, I got scared listening to all that. But then after a period of time, that fear turned into calmness. And it was wonderful for me. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Doctor. It takes a lot of courage to share whatever all of you are sharing, because our share is going to make someone wise. The sharing is easy, but being courage, fantastic.
Just one line, a very nice quote by Bruce Lee. When you spoke about, sharpening just one aspect, one, whatever it is, there is one quote by Bruce Lee, and he says, "I don't fear the man who has mastered 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who has mastered one kick 10,000 times." I found it very fascinating. So I think it's applicable to just about everything in our life.
Yeah, fantastic. And we have with us someone who has done it. Lydia is there. She has done that in her martial arts. Amazing way you had put it, Radhashini. That one is that anchor, and everything will come around that. Super.
Sajid,
Yes,
I
Mohanji.
think today's session was a lot of reflections of the past, then what can be a possible tool or technology to carry in the future. I think your session today was just walking, taking and bringing the mind to a state of silence, and how to bring that with the practice every day. When we are all quiet, I think it becomes easy. But just outside of our home or outside of our space, there are plenty of triggers which generate or which probably propel the mind to act in a different way. Despite practicing pranayama for so many years also, every day is a new day and a new scenario. It cannot exactly be the same. I think your today's session again gives a different perspective of how to approach our mind, how to approach and cultivate that mindset which can bring the control of ourselves with Antar Mouna. I think it's a great session today, and I enjoyed it. Thank you.
It's all the masters before us. They have done the work. As I keep telling you, you can only be one of the best speaker available in the market. Content is already done by somebody. The great ones have done it. They're only sharing it. So the glory goes to the living traditions only. Whoever has experienced, that is the truth. Me or anyone from the tradition would never, humbly we will take that and submit it back. Because if we take all this personally, it will be a turmoil for us internally. Because all glory always belongs to the divine only. We are only reflecting that glory so that everyone can benefit. So grateful to all of you. And with your permission, I'm ending the session now. Thank you so much. Namaste. Take care.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excellent session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much.